MidnightInYami, welcome to the show. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, broski. How you feeling, bro?
I can't complain. Like I said, long couple weeks, and it's this episode is long overdue. We've been doing the phone tag thing back and forth for
Hell
months,
yeah.
and I'm happy to fucking get to chop it up with you.
Yeah, same here. Wait, what you sipping on, bro?
I'm sipping on one of these beat boxes. It's like
Oh, that wine shit? Like those wines
yeah,
from the
yeah,
gas station?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my darling be fucking with those heavy.
Yeah, man, I like my fucking my girly like fucking frilly drinks. It's just delicious.
Bro, I swear I'm the same way, bro. Like I might sip a little bit of the strong shit, but I'm girly drinks, margaritas all day, dog.
Hell yeah, man. Fucking I'm glad someone agrees with me, man. People always giving me shit that I need to drink a
Yeah.
fucking Budweiser or some shit, man. I don't know. I'm like, I'm good
Yeah,
on that. I want it to be delicious.
exactly. Yeah, I want to say something.
So, you are Mr. Controversy right now in the Juggalo world. I want to talk about your music, but
Yeah.
of course, it's hard to beat around that bush. So let's just get right into it and just knock the fucking controversy shit out before we
Let's
talk
do
about
it.
your music. All right,
Let's do
so
it, man.
let's just start with like how because I'm trying to remember exactly how I ended up on your Facebook specifically, but how did you find like what was your first interaction with a juggalo and where did that start?
All right, so I actually fuck with a lot of juggalos like in real life. And a lot of them like I knew they fucked with like ICP and shit, but I didn't really like know the culture yet of like, you know what I'm saying, like what it really meant, you know what I'm saying? So like
Mm.
we never really had those conversations, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm almost damn near embarrassed to say, but like there's somebody in the scene that like fucking hates my guts now. I don't really fuck with her necessarily neither, but she's an artist and we weren't cool, but we had a mutual respect for each other on a musical level, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And we talked back and forth about doing some songs and shit together. And this is before I even like really tapped into the community and shit like that. And that's all she talked about on her Facebook. So I was genuinely curious. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I just didn't even just write her directly like, hey, what's this all about? I just made a random post about it and it went viral. Like I just said like, hey, I'm not trying to diss anybody's, anything or whatever. Like I'm just genuinely ignorant like about the shit, but like what's actually a juggalo? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then when I made that post, like it went viral, and from there, that's kind of like where the people that I knew in my real life started coming out. Like, bro, you should have just asked me. Like, I've been doing, so like that's when I started to really like tap in to like the juggalo culture, just really off the curiosity and making that post, and it just led from one thing to another.
Okay. Okay. I do remember that post. I think that was my first interaction with you whatsoever.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people like they find the carnival like in like these epic ass ways and like a deeper, meaningful way, and like
Mm.
I know that's why I get a lot of slack too because I was like so ignorant and just the way I came into it was kind of like a, a fucking question, but
Yeah.
that's the cool thing. I ain't gonna cap about it. Like that's
Well, I mean, there's so many different people that got into being either as a fan of ICP or being a juggalo at different stages of their life or at different levels. Like there was a time when there was this website called Juggaloism where there was people, I don't know if they were serious, but they were treating like being a juggalo like an actual like religion or some shit like that. But
yeah.
like so it's like I never got that deep into it. Like I don't even really call myself a juggalo personally, but I used to like rock the Hatchet Man and all that shit when I was a lot younger. For me, it's always just been about the music. Um,
Mhm.
and I just don't rip it the same way as I used to. Just because of a lot of reasons. I don't know if we want to get into that. I don't want to make it about me, but like I still, I'll still say whoop whoop. I'll still show, love and like fucking the majority of my guests on the show are juggalos or juggalo
Yeah.
adjacent. So it's like, I got nothing but love. But
You
it's just
still show that respect, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like, I grew up a metalhead, got into like hip hop and like dark hip hop, and then I just found myself in the juggalo world and I was repping it for a minute, but then I was just like, you know, after a certain year when ICP and MNE like kind of had their falling out, I was like, you know what? Like until they kiss and make up, I'm not repping any particular side. Is basically what it came down to. You know what I mean?
He's like,
Like,
"Yeah, I don't want no smoke, man. I fuck with
yeah.
with it all."
Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. That's my position. I'm like, it's all family, and until the family makes up, I'm gonna step out. But so it's weird to me when people don't like when you're showing Juggalo love and repping the Juggalo shit. Like, I understand where they're coming from to a degree, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like if new cats don't start repping it, then eventually the culture's just gonna die anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I mean, I could tell you exactly what it is though. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
if I was new to the community and I wasn't a musician, it would be no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But like, obviously, like they're gonna be weary, like of a musician that's coming into a community. And honestly, to be real with you, like just from a number standpoint, I still do everything. Like I
yeah.
don't necessarily even consider myself like a juggler rapper because I still do country music, I still do pop music, I do rap music, I do my jug shit too, you know what I'm saying? So I still
Mm,
do everything, but my alternative music is still that's still killing everything. So like
mm,
if it was for like if I was fucking, with the fam just for clout reasons, it doesn't add up. Like if I want to do numbers on something, I'll just do a whole rock album and that's what sells. Like the rock community here where I'm from is huge. Like there's always festivals going on. Like if I just wanted clout and just to keep my numbers high, I could just do that. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? Like but as far as you know their problem is a lot of them just don't know that.
Yeah.
They didn't know me from before this. So that in their mind, they're just like, oh, there's this dude that's coming out of nowhere. He's a rapper. So clearly he's just trying to, get one up off of our community, but that's really not the case. You know what I'm saying? It's just but I
Yeah.
understand where they're coming from because I know what it would look like if I was them in their shoes and some new rapper came out, fucking, you know what I'm saying? And I do take accountability. Like with my Thuggalos and Juggalette song. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Um, I wouldn't call it pandering, but I will take some type of pandering off that shit because like I was still so new at the
Mm.
time. So when I dropped that, it didn't look good at all. Like I was really just having fun. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like and that's like right when I was like fucking like when I found out a lot of my homies really were juggalos, they all came out to the video and it was like I was just having fun. But
Mm.
I know to everyone else, like at that time, I just had asked what a juggalo was a month ago. And now
Yeah.
I'm doing a whole music video called Thuggalos and Juggalettes. Like, so I know I've done things that kind of set myself up to have those kind of people like down my throat from day one.
Yeah.
But, I get
Hey,
it. I get
hey,
it.
well, we all have a little self-awareness. I mean, yeah, as far
Yeah.
as optics go, yeah, okay, it can come off that way, but it was still a dope song. Like a dope song's a dope song, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like I fucked with the song. I thought it was dope. So I'm like, I got no problem with it. I don't care if you're brand new. If you're gonna put on, you're gonna put on, dude. Like that's what it comes down
Hmm.
to. And the thing is, what a lot of juggalos don't realize, because a lot of juggalos are kind of in the juggalo world and they hold it so near and dear to their heart, which is perfectly fine. But especially the juggalo artists should know this, that repping juggalo that hard can be a career killer, because there's so many people out there that do not like juggalos, they do not like ICP, they do not like any kind of that kind of music. And I, how many times I've shown people like this one artist who like a friend of mine, for instance. I'm like, yeah, like check out this guy's new song. That's my homie song. They'll check it out. He's like,
Hmm.
oh, this kind of reminds me of ICP, so I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah.
that juggalo shit can be a career killer. It's like you're showing love at like at at the risk of hurting your own career almost. So it's like I feel like there's something to say about that. You know what I mean? Because
Oh yeah,
some
I
people,
got homies like in real life, like that's in the streets. That's kind of like they don't like my juggalo shit. They just be like,
yeah,
bro, like what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
boy, y'all don't get it, man. Like they accept me in a different way than y'all accept me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I feel
mhm,
like in the with my jug family, I could truly just be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like I've done plenty of street shit, like whatever,
yeah,
whatever. But like as far as like me, like at home without my guard up, like you know what I'm saying? I'm different. And I feel like around people, you know, that are in my jug circle, you know what I'm saying, I could truly just be me and just feel accepted, and I don't have to, I don't have to put guards up. I could just truly be me, whether it's being goofy or whether it's being vulnerable or being whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and that's the whole point of it. That's the point of the whole
yeah,
fucking Juggalo culture, which is why, I really liked it in the beginning. And but there are people that don't. There are
yeah,
people that don't. And I got friends that don't. And I'm just like, bro, like I still love you, but like, cut some of these dudes slack, you know what I mean? Like
hmm,
it's just
yeah.
yeah, but so do you want to talk about that beef, that specific beef, or is that something you want to avoid? Because I know you didn't say the name on
Um,
purpose.
I mean, I can, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just know, like, from stuff I seen her say, she tries to create a narrative to where it's like I'm always like bringing her name up and all that shit. But that's the last thing I'm trying to do. Like, I'm not tagging her name on Facebook. I'm not posting about her. I'm not posting memes. You look on her page, she got fucking a meme of me every other fucking week, and she's always like, "He's using me for clout." I'm like, how? I'm not posting. I'm not talking about you at all. You're the one
Yeah,
talking about me. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
I get that. And the
I'll
thing,
talk about it just to clear it up, though. You know what I'm saying? But
well,
I just want to let it be known, like I don't need to talk about her. Like I've been had motion before you, after you. Like I do more numbers than you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
yeah,
I don't need clout off of you. But yeah, we could talk about it.
well, okay. I just want to like put this out here. I didn't pick sides in this, because I like both y'all. And like, if I
Yeah,
could, if I had, there's part of me that like really, really would love to have both of you on the show to squash the beef. Like that would
I
be
would
dope.
love to. Like I want to say this. Like I really don't have beef with her. Like even when I did the diss, right? It was literally like I responded one time. You know what I'm saying? Like she literally kind of like soon as she saw me do that one song that was Juggalo related, she just completely just said, "Oh fuck this nigga." You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't about to
Mhm.
come into my community, pushing his shit. And she just spent that narrative like out the gate, and I was kind of confused. Like, damn, like we was like, I thought we had some kind of at least some type of musical respect there, but clear. And I ignored her. I ignored her for months. Like it was to the point where she was on my friends' posts. Like whenever my friends would share a song or talk about me, she'll be in the comments just dogging me, her and her little pack of friends and shit. And I didn't say
Mhm.
shit, bro, for months. Just like, okay, maybe it would die out. I don't like drama, and I definitely ain't trying to beef with no female. But it just got to the point where it was just so much, and then my manager told me to diss her ass. Like that's really what it was. He was
Mm.
like, because I did the Spread the Dead interview, and the dude the next day, Bash Kelly, he started talking mad shit on the internet about me,
Mm.
and I was like, damn, how you gonna invite me onto your show and then literally bash me? Like that's just weird. So my
See,
manager was like, man, you got to stop being so humble, bro. Like you got to like at least address it once and let it be what it is. So I was like, bet. So I did the diss, and I ain't mentioned her since.
See, I'm a hip hop head first and foremost. So like beef, that is like the blood of fucking hip hop, bro. It's like that's been
Yeah,
part of the history since pretty much the fucking beginning. You know what I mean? So it's like people rapping, talking shit, doing blah 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 back and forth. That's just a thing.
yeah,
I don't know like how the juggalo culture got so far removed from it.
yeah.
But like when I saw the beef, I was kind of looking forward to like a back and forth like this battle between
Bro,
you two.
it actually did really good for the culture, and as much as she probably hates to admit it, I mean, it did good for both of us in a weird way because it made us the topic of the scene for like at
Yeah,
least
like
a
a good
good
week,
month.
yeah, maybe a
Yeah,
month, yeah, but
and it like it made her numbers go up, made my numbers go up, whatever, whatever. But like to me, it was just petty shit. Like you talking
yeah,
shit, whatever. I diss you. Like she took some of the stuff I said in the song to like to heart. Like I seen where she
yeah,
said, "Oh, he's gonna shoot me." Like I'm
yeah,
not gonna shoot you. Like I'm on for I just got off house arrest from some similar ass shit, like real shit. Like you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like what that wasn't no real shit. That's just you talking shit. I diss you.
Well,
Like
okay,
you
so
can hate me for life over it, but
I had this conversation when the beef happened. I had another artist on my podcast, and we were talking about the that particular drama. And like he was concerned, he's like, "We never know nowadays. Maybe he like really means that or blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Bro, like, have you seen any of Yami's posts? He loves his girl and his
yeah,
kids too much to do some
yeah,
stupid shit
exactly,
like that,
bro.
bro.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I'm sure he's down to fucking stand on business, but like he's gonna go to the gathering and shoot. no, dude. Like that's
No,
not happening.
not at
That's
all.
not
Even in
happening.
the song, I say like, oh yeah, let me say this too. Like in the song, I say like a lot of OGs kind of take everybody wants to make what I'm saying about them so
Mm,
that they can insert themselves into like a beef that doesn't exist. Like some OGs was like, oh, he said something about OGs. Oh, word. Like, no, I literally say in the song for all the OGs talking shit. Like, oh, were you talking shit? If you were talking shit, yeah, I'm talking about you too.
mm,
But I said for all the OGs talking shit, you weren't talking shit, you an OG. Like I fuck with OGs. Like we good. You know what I'm saying? But everybody just hear what they want to hear just to insert themselves in beef and shit. And they just be doing too fucking much. And in the song when I said about the gathering shit, I said, look, I said you can either put your head down or get laid down. So basically that means like you can either just you can see me in person and it can be cool. You don't gotta say shit, whatever, whatever. But like no one ain't about to run up on me and like try to fight me or something and think that I'm
yeah,
just gonna like not do nothing. But I'm not going there trying to hurt nobody. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm gonna be there. But realistically, a lot of people don't even know like I'm like 6'1", 230. Like
mm.
you ain't nobody about to flip me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I'm
No,
gonna be
I
with
feel
like
that.
20 niggas. So it's like y'all could
Yeah.
do that if y'all want, but I'm just going there to have fun and chill with, experience what home feels like for the first time. I ain't going in for beef, but I'm
Mm,
also smart enough and I've been in the streets long enough so where if there's threats on my life and my family, I know how to move at the same time. So we ain't looking for problems, but if y'all want to do that to yourself, I hate that for you, but you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's just what it is.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. And I you don't actually say that you're gonna shoot her on that
No,
song. No,
never.
because
I never say that. I even say in a song, I said, I don't hit these women, but I know some gangster bitches. And I did say, I forgot exactly what I said. I said, I'll catch you slipping out in Texas. That basically like that was the most thing that she could have said, like, oh man, he's gonna catch me slipping out in Texas. He's probably gonna try to shoot me. But no, I told her way back then. I told her like, hey, like, you're my favorite hater. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you, like you good. But she still runs with the narrative because I guess it's beneficial for her just to keep on dragging this beef out. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Clearly. I mean, she just made a meme about me fucking, I think yesterday or something like that.
Yeah, I
So
saw it.
like,
I saw it. I'm friends with her on there too. So
yeah,
um yeah, just people get like these colloquialisms all like mixed up. Like I remember when I was growing up, at least where I was at, when I said if I was gonna light you up, like I didn't mean like shoot you. I meant like I was gonna fucking box you and just fucking knock your lights out and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, but some people
yeah.
like nowadays are telling me that lighting them up means you're gonna shoot somebody, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
that
not what.
definitely.
That's
Someone said they was gonna light me up. I think they talking about some gunplay. I'm like,
yeah.
oh
See,
word.
like
Yeah,
I grew up in a different part of town. Maybe it
yeah.
just didn't mean that to us there, but like yeah, I don't know, man. So it's like there's different, different areas, different things mean to different people. You know what I mean? They mean different
Hmm.
shit to different people. So like maybe she could have interpreted it that way just because from where
She
she's
didn't
at.
though,
But
bro. Because I told her like on different occasions. I'm like, look, like I even told her like I think a week or two ago because like someone said, hey, bro, she's talking about how you're gonna shoot her, and I'm like, damn, I hope she don't really feel like that. So I went on her page in her comment section so everybody could see. I'm like, look, man, I don't hate you. Like you talk shit, I diss you. That's all it was. Like I could see you and hug you. Like I told her this, and then she just was like, oh well, I'm not hugging someone that has a picture of me in their video, whatever, whatever. Like my manager's never gonna take that video down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like it's too late. But
yeah,
but then again, it's just accountability. Like she knows what she was doing. Like she was talking mad shit about me, hopping on comments, her and a little friend group, and I didn't say shit for months. I dissed her
mm,
one time, one response. You know what I'm saying? And then just here we are. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I told her like I don't hate you. I could literally see you and like give you a hug. Like you're a small ass little girl. I'm
yeah,
not worried about you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, it just sucks that she took it that to heart because I think she's a dope artist. I think you're a dope artist. You both have your different vibes and your different thing going on, and I don't think that like you guys necessarily need to be friends, but it would be
Yeah.
cool to see you guys be able to like, bury the hatchet. It's a juggalo joke.
Yeah. Dude, I'm
But
serious. I said, brother, damn. Oh
but no,
shit.
yeah, no, for sure. That would be dope. I think that would be dope.
Bro, that laugh after that shit was priceless.
Yeah, I'm a
But I,
clown,
I
but
can't say this though. The dude that interviewed her recently, I didn't see the whole interview, so I don't really know the context of everything. But the
mhm,
parts that I did see, he was like, he was saying like, oh, and this is kind of off topic, but I'm just bringing this up just cause, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
The dude was like, he was like, oh yeah, I don't even listen to dude's music and blah 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 and this and that, and I'm just like, the fuck, like, bro, like he was trying to interview me too. He tried to interview me back in April, and he was saying, "Oh, bro, your music is fire. From what I heard, blah blah blah." And that, but now all of a sudden, you don't listen to me, and I suck and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just people be doing a lot of weird shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
see, I don't play that. I would say the exact same thing to her as I'm saying to you. I would tell her I think,
Yeah,
the exact same shit. But you guys don't need to be friends, but it'd be great if you guys could just
I'm
drop it
down for that. If you want to
like
reach
the
out
squash
to
shit.
her, shit, she can
Yeah.
hop on here right now, and
Yeah,
I'll take accountability for everything that I feel I've done wrong, but I'll also let her know about herself. But at the end of the day, like
yeah.
this way everybody knows, like I got no beef with her. I'm not looking for her. It's nothing like that. I mean, she says she's gonna run up on me and punch my teeth out, spit on me. Like honestly, I would even let her get a little hit off on me, just one though. And I'm like, hey, you get one off me. If one hit drops the beef, I'll eat that from you. You know what I'm saying?
She's a firecracker. She might actually get a good one in there.
That's fine. That's fine, bro. That's fine. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell my, you know what I'm saying? But like she can't get more than one because my girl ain't gonna go for that. But you know what I'm saying? Like I even told my girl, I'm like, look, if she wanna give me one good little hit, I'll take, just to make her happy and move on from that shit. Like I ain't even worried about that shit.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I'm with you there on that for sure. Bando, when you listen to this, make it happen. Let's make it happen. All right, so let's stray away from the drama for a minute.
Yeah.
Just because we don't need to dwell on it forever. Let's talk about what you're really here for, which is about the music, of course.
Hell yeah.
All right, bro. So how long have you been making music for?
Uh Probably like 4 years now.
Okay.
Probably like a
Okay.
good 4 years. Like I never was the type to like even think about making music. But I just wrote a song one day, and then it kind of just went up from there. Like enough people fucked with it at the time to where it made me feel like, damn, I probably could do this. You know what I'm saying? And it just went from there. But just one day writing a song like 4 years ago and shit. That's how it happened. It
Was
might even be less than that. Not so like 4 years, like 4 years, like 2020. I started.
what inspired you to just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna just write something?
Uh, so like me and Darling and shit, like we was having like bad times around that point. Like we weren't together at that time, so I didn't really know what to do with my feelings and shit.
Hmm.
But I used to always write like a lot of poems, like not really poems. Well, I did write a few poems, but I wrote like little short stories and shit because I was trying to do like comic books.
Okay.
And I just was trying to like write a short story about like the breakup and whatever, and it started turning into like kind of like a song. And I'm like, damn, I could kind of like whatever. And I just wrote a song, and then I was some guys in my city, like they were starting to pop off and doing hip hop shit and doing songs and shit, and I'm like, well, fuck it, that looks pretty fun. I need something to do. I need a new hobby.
Yeah.
And I just literally wrote a broke up song, and then I went to go record it, and then I released it, and it didn't like blow up. That wasn't the song that kind of caught a lot of eyes in my city,
Hmm.
but like a people in my circle was like, you got a good voice, bro, and you got a flow. Like you should continue to do this, and that's kind of like what got me started. And that was about 4 years ago.
Okay. Dope. Dope. And what style of song was this? Was it
It
like
was
your?
like the rapper A Boogie.
I'm not familiar with a boogie. No.
It was kind of like like an R&B hip hop kind of song.
Okay.
Like it was hip hop, like I was rapping, but I was singing too. Like, I was
Okay.
doing both. And that was the first style song. And the second song I did was like a fucking gangster ass song and shit. It was horrible. Like I could send you the video, but I'm so embarrassed. But that was actually my first music. Completely fucking horrible.
Okay.
But yeah. And that's what it was. My first hit was probably Cancer. A song called Cancer I did. It was another breakup song. Like that's the first fucking 10 songs I did were like damn near like all fucking emo ass fucking emotional heartbreak songs and shit. But Cancer was the one that like went viral like in South Carolina, and then that's when it started picking up heavy from there.
Okay. So you like doing that like kind of like goth boy shitish. I don't know what you want to
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
I
Like,
love. Yeah,
so what are some of your who are some of your influences then, like musically?
bro, a lot, man. Like fucking, I can probably can name like 10. My Chemical Romance, fucking Juice World, uh, even niggas like 6ix9ine, New Age niggas,
Mm.
um, fucking Bring Me the Horizon, some metal bands, hip hop artists. Like I could hear anything and get inspiration from like a lot of shit, and that's kind of like how a lot of my music gets created. Like I'll hear something that I really like, and I'm
Mm.
like, "Fuck, that was dope!" Like I want to make a song like that. That's how some of my country songs came out. Like I heard like a dope ass country song, and I'm like, "Man, that's sick!" Like I want to write a country song. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So like a lot of the different genre shit that people give me shit like, oh, he does everything. He just hopping all over the place. Like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I hop all over the place. Like tomorrow I might make a country song. Next day I might make a fucking gangster ass song. Like I like everything, bro. I even like music from the '60s.
Mm.
Like I listen to music from the '60s on a regular basis. Like
Okay.
so, it's my fucking inspiration comes literally from like everywhere.
Well, I respect that, and I don't know why people get so weirded out by like genre hopping like that, because it's like if you have it in you and you can do it, and you can do it well enough, why the fuck not?
Mm,
You know, why the fuck
yeah.
not? Yeah.
They was just clowning me the other like maybe a month ago about me doing a country album, and I'm like, and I when I saw it, I'm like, fuck. So I made my own post, like, yeah, I done a country album. What the fuck? And that shit was gas too. One of them songs is on the radio. Like, what? Like, what you saying? I ain't ashamed of that shit.
I don't look. They're gonna try to flame me for anything, man. I was kind of hoping when
Yeah,
Skits
yeah.
Craven came onto the scene for the Juggalo, the Gathering, that maybe they'd stop talking about you for a minute. But nope, nope. You're the Juggalo's
I
most
mean,
wanted right now.
he realized disrespected though. Like he was dead ass like saying some crazy shit. Like from the
Yeah,
videos I saw.
no, for sure.
So
You know, and I saw that shit too, and it's just like I don't know who the fuck does PR over at Psychopathic, but they're obviously they're not reading the room very well. So
no, they setting him up, bro. Like
yeah.
they know what time it is. Like they know what's gonna happen.
Well, I'm surprised that he even like I don't know if they reached out to him or if he reached out to them. I don't know who the fuck is behind that shit, but I think it's got to be sweating bullets right now over that shit. I mean,
Oh
that or
yeah.
he's oblivious. He's completely oblivious.
Yeah. No, he definitely has to know what time it is. Like he seems like the type of person who like heavily tunes into what is like the topics of what, especially surrounding him. He seems like one of those type of dudes. So like, so either I think he's either gonna drop out or he's gonna come there fucking with mad people on stage to help him deflect shit. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to his music neither, so I don't really know what his personality's fully like. But just from those videos, he looked kind of crazy though. So I don't know.
The thing is I don't listen to him. I don't think he's a bad artist. His whole like style and shtick kind of just reminds me too much of like Tom McDonald personally, but
Yeah,
like I mean, I don't hate the dude. I don't know the dude. Maybe he's a nice guy. You know what I mean? He could be a
yeah.
fucking genuinely nice guy, and if he's talented, like then more power to him. But you can't just sit there and kind of like be dissing the culture and ICP and shit, and then show up to the gathering and not think someone's gonna fucking shoot fucking bottle rockets at you and shit like that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Like if they're gonna
Yeah.
do it to me, they're definitely gonna do it to him. I
Oh, for
mean,
sure. Maybe he wants that. Maybe he wants that clout because it'll, give him another boost in the fucking media or some shit. I don't know, but
unfortunately, like being one of the most hated, like in any scene, it does suck. But like everybody's talking about you all the time, so it's
yeah.
kind of like y'all are like trying to dog somebody, but like shit, probably because from so many, I know so many people who wrote me in my DM that was like, hey, bro, like I saw someone share something about you or talking about you in a negative way. I came to your page and seen what you was really about, just about your family and this and that. Like, you ain't like what they're saying. And they low key got me fans for real. Like, people out here
Mm.
getting merch and coming, supporting my music now because y'all was hating. They came to see for themselves. And
Yeah.
nah,
Well, see,
thanks. You know what I'm
see,
saying?
that's how ICP got their fucking following, because they were also known as the world's most hated band for years and years and years and years, and then but people love them. You know what I mean? People, or at least the
Mhm.
Juggalos love them. But so it's like it's funny to me see like Juggalos doing the exact same thing to what everyone was doing ICP, but it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah, whatever, even bad publicity is good publicity. So,
exactly.
but so you're off house arrest now. You going to the gathering this year?
That's the plan. Yeah, like
Okay.
we're in the process of trying to get everybody tickets and shit like that. Cause I mean, obviously, I'm not stupid. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna just pop up there one deep and just think I'm gonna walk around and have nobody try to plot on me. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're gonna go out there. My girl's gonna be there. So really, if it was just me, I probably would have went with me and like two or three dudes. You know what I'm saying? Just cause that's good.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we be doing like shows out here in the hood and shit. And I got real threats, and in some of these other places.
Yeah.
But since my girl is there, like I just really want to make sure like she's good because she got health issues too. Like if something
Mhm.
pops off, like I need to be able to get the control of the situation like immediately. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like I said, we're not looking for problems. Like we really
Yeah.
genuinely want to have fun. Like I did a show Friday, just this past Friday.
Mhm.
And I brought her out there, and she had a great time. Plenty of juggalos were there. They was running up the shit. They was running up to her down there before me. Taking pictures, excited as fuck. It was nothing but love, and that's kind of
Yeah.
like what we're going for. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No,
But
well, your guys' relationship is adorable online, man. I gotta give you credit for that. You're living a lot of
for sure.
people's dreams doing that shit, man. Like you guys look happy as fuck.
Yeah, we've been through a lot, man, like everybody else. But like, I think we just kind of got to a point where it's like we know that there's nothing more. There's nothing better out. No one else out there is better for me than her, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah,
Once we truly knew that, it's been good ever since.
that's good. That's good, man. And I'm happy for you.
I
Sometimes,
appreciate
I think more people should have some shit like that, but unfortunately the world is the way the world is. But
it. Mhm.
that's dope, man. So like I think it just adds to your whole persona as like you just come across as a really good dude, which is why I have such a hard time believing that so many people have as many problems with you as they do. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna call
And
this
I don't
dude
even
like,
know half of them. Like I,
yeah,
I really don't. Like I like someone. I went on someone's live the other day because one of my friends were tagged on their live. He was on the live talking to him,
mm,
and I just said whoop whoop in the comments, and then all of a sudden, like everybody in the comments, like, oh my god, Yami entered the chat, and fucking the other dude was like, oh Yami, I don't fuck with you. It's on site when I'm like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like I'll just be so like confused on like what?
mm,
Like what beef do we got? And I'm trying to say, I'm asking the dude like, hey, what's your problem with me? And he said, you said something about OGs. And I'm like, y'all are just inserting yourselves into something that doesn't exist. Like if you actually heard the song, heard what I said, or just want to just talk to me, hit me up. I'll
yeah.
clarify anything. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that they're all talk, but I don't think you guys are gonna have as many problems as people are
no,
leading you
I,
on to
I know
believe
that
that.
for a fact, bro.
Yeah,
I know that for a fact. Like when a lot of people see me in person, their energy changes like right then. And it's like, and I'm not even trying to be on no bully shit, but it's just maybe there's maybe like one or two people that's threatening me that's in the juggalo community that I might kind of look at like, okay, he might try something.
yeah,
But realistically, when it's in person, if I'm on stage, throwing shit, that'll be their time to try to do something. But
yeah,
I just don't see me walking up in there and like anyone being that bold to do it. And I hope they don't. Like I hope if they got a problem, they just come talk to me. Like, hey man, something was said on the internet. Let me holler at you. And I hope that's how it goes. I'd love to
yeah,
just hash it out, talk it out respectfully, dap you up. You know what I'm saying? We family at the end of the day. But if someone really tries to be on some crazy shit, especially like the thing that scares me the most is oh girl saying, oh, he's gonna shoot me. So now you got all these guys thinking that they're defending a girl's life from
yeah,
somebody like me. So it's like it's gonna be dangerous because now they're thinking like, I'm making threats to shoot somebody. So now they're gonna come trying to press me thinking they playing hero for her.
yeah.
And then obviously I'm not about to let nobody touch me. So it's just gonna be bad. And I don't want that to happen. But, I just
Understandable.
feel like something like that could. And but we ready for whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Word, man. So let's pivot back to the music. I keep wanting to stay away from the drama, just not dwell on it, but it's just so interesting. It intrigues me so much, and there's so much to be said about it. You know what I mean? But what's your favorite style of music to do? Like, which one? Like, I know you like that. I'm gonna maybe I know it's not going out on a limb to say this probably, but
Yeah,
the goth boy shit is probably your favorite. I'm assuming, or do you kind of
that's
leaning towards
definitely up
something?
there.
Okay,
It's like it's really neck and neck between just like my hip hop street shit and my goth boy shit.
okay,
It's definitely what I write the most. But like every so often I have to just get out a good metal or a good rock song. I
mm,
get those urges, or a country song or something like that, or just something just off the wall. But like my sound that I normally write to, that gravitates toward me, that I feel like I just do better at,
yeah.
is the gospel shit and just like the hip hop trap shit. It just
Mm.
you know.
So, at what moment in your so far very short career, which I know you keep saying that you might quit making music. Don't fucking quit making music, bro. But
Well,
uh,
I got to, because I did promise Darling. I was like, because she gets scared to death, man. Because like a lot of shit that like the Juggalo culture sees,
mhm,
like they haven't seen like my real beef, like what I'm
mhm,
saying, the street hip hop side of shit, and my girl has. So like she
yeah,
gets real nervous and like about my safety and shit, and
mhm,
it's just I made a promise to her that I won't do it, forever, but I told her
okay,
like I got a few more years left. So, but there's
okay.
gonna be a point where I'm gonna have to hang it up just out of the sake for her. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay. Before we get to that, actually, no, not before we get to that, because I don't want to lose it. Would you just would you pivot away from? And I keep saying the word pivot because I'm Mr. fucking redundancy over here. But uh, would you just make a different style of music that wouldn't lead to beef, or would you just quit music altogether?
um, I just with music, I wouldn't ever just do something just for another reason outside of other than it being what I generally want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the only beefs that I have beef in is not even because of music. It's
Mhm.
just shit out in the hood, like
Yeah.
other shit. You know what I'm saying? That,
Mm.
some of them niggas just so happen to be rappers and shit, and we just live in the same area. So like we run into each other, and some shit got squashed, some niggas is gone, some niggas is in jail. But there's still always that you never know. I could be anywhere. And there's people out there that would really, that what I'm saying, it's different. It's not no juggalo shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
well, I could be doing a country songs. Go to the gas station, niggas try to fire me up, type
Well,
shit.
I mean, I
You know,
saw that one post, and forgive me if I misremembered the situation, but someone tried to like run you over with their car or some shit like that.
yeah, that whole situation was crazy, man. I never got fully the answers that I wanted from that,
Hmm.
so that kind of really bothers me. But yeah, that was like, yeah, I can't really say too much more about that.
Yeah. Well, I was just bringing that up as an example of like, yeah, I mean, like
Yeah,
that's crazy shit, man. That's crazy shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I get it. I get where you're coming from. If for some reason you decide to bow out at any point, obviously I'd respect it, but it would be sad to see you stop making music because I think your music's dope.
Yeah.
So
I probably still always sneak and make music on the low and like drop songs on my Spotify without Darling knowing, because she ain't,
yeah,
I don't think she's Spotify watching and shit, but
yeah,
she's watching more so of like going out and doing shows and stuff like that. I might still make a music video here and there, and like to keep the music alive, whatever. I think I can weasel that out. But as far as shows, I already stopped shows drastically, and really, I mean, house arrest was half the reason, but like,
yeah,
the other half the reason was just because, shit started to happen, and it just, you know,
yeah,
I gotta pick and choose.
yeah. You gotta take care of your family, man. You gotta be there for them. So
Yeah.
yeah. So now this is the question that I wanted to get into before we got stuck on that. When was the moment that you realized like, oh, like I'm starting to actually make waves? Like what happened? What was that?
It was definitely my song. Like, wait, in the Juggalo community or just in general?
Just in general.
I dropped a song called Cancer, and
Yeah.
it went like, I say viral, but like just viral in my city. Like it
Yeah.
went like I posted it, and then like I went to sleep, and then the next morning it was like thousands of people. Like it was getting crazy shit. It was like I never had a song that had that kind of reaction. But
Mhm.
that was like a different level. Like I found a new engineer. I was taking it more seriously, like with my, how I was recording and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it just it just went big. And then one of the bigger rappers in my city, he shared it. And then
Mhm.
his name's Scully, by the way.
Okay.
He's damn near famous. Like he's done songs with Lil Baby and Da
Mhm.
Baby. Like he's big.
Okay.
And he started fucking with it heavy, and then me and him ended up working together at some point too. But when he shared it, it really went crazy, and then it just picked up from there.
Okay. Were you starting to get like show offers or getting
Yeah,
recognized in
yeah.
public
I
and
had a
shit?
show off for like right after that, and then actually right when I dropped, I got my first show, and before the show even happened, I dropped my second biggest hit that was even bigger than Cancer, and that was
Mhm.
called Painkillers, and that went like crazy, crazy, crazy. And that's my first show was fucking sold out. Like I never really done a show that was like, like just people there, six people there.
Mhm.
Every show that I've ever been at was always kind of crazy from the jump. So
Mhm.
it was wild. You know what I'm saying? That's why when people say like, "Oh, you only fucking with us for clout," I'm like, I mean, I've always been had motion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Word.
But yeah, that was around the time, dude. Like, if you ever want to look it up, it's just songs called "Cancer" and "Painkillers," and
Okay.
they went, yeah, they
If it's
did
on
big.
if it's on your Spotify, I probably heard it at some point because I remember I went through your Spotify and I listened to your whole
Yeah,
catalog one
it's
day.
on Spotify. It should be in Yami Classics.
Okay. Okay.
But it,
Dope. Dope. So now let's talk about shows. I like talking about shows. How many shows did you do? Because I know you've only been doing this for about 4 years. So like, how many shows have you done in your career?
I've I've turned down more shows than I've actually accepted. I probably turned down probably like 200 shows. Like no
Yeah.
cap. Like I really don't like doing them. But
How come?
I've probably done about I could probably literally tell you right now. So, probably done about 8 shows.
Hmm. Why
About
don't you
eight
like why
shows.
don't you like doing shows? Is it the beef shit or the drama or is there something else about it?
Uh, Probably because 3 of the shows I done ended in really bad like brawls,
Mm,
and even some gunplay got involved in some situations. So like it makes my anxiety go pretty hard. And so every time I do go out, I got that in the back of my mind. I'm always paranoid, and like we got people watching. I got people pulling up before I pull up. You know what I'm saying? I got people watching the crowd, watching like we really militant about all of that shit.
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So that's just one part of it. And I'm actually a shy ass person on stage. I
Mm,
get stage fright. Like people really can't tell, but like my last show I did Friday, I brought my son on stage. He was the first time he saw me perform. Same with my girl. That was the first time she ever saw me perform because it was a pop-up show. I didn't promote it, so we wasn't worried about ops showing up. So she
mm,
came out to that one because it was out of state. And
okay.
she popped out. And we didn't promote it until like an hour before the show.
Okay.
And people still came out that knew us and shit like that, so that was cool. But yeah, man, I probably done about 8, and besides stage fright and just anxiety of the possibility of like real shit happening, you know,
Yeah.
it's just yeah. But when it's all said and done, and during while I'm performing, it is fun, and I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
looking back at it and watching me performing shit. I'll be thinking I'll be looking goofy up there half the time, but that's just me being hard on myself, I
Yeah,
guess.
I've had photographers taking pictures of me up on stage and I'm making weird ass faces.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't post that one. I can't post that
Bro,
one.
for real, like they just keep posting random ass shit on they like fucking picture accounts and shit. I'm like, man, you better take that shit down. The fuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
But
so there's been negative experiences, but tell me about what's your most positive experience at a show?
it probably has to be the show before this one I did last, and it was my first out of state show. Well, no, I can't even say that. Well, it's a tie because it was my first out of state show. Was like it was lit, man. It was packed. And it was just crazy to see like so many people that I've never even like had a conversation with be like that excited to see me.
Mm,
And when I played my first song, My Darling, like everybody sang it word for word. And I was like, wow, like this is what that feels like. That's crazy. But with the other best show experience had to be performing with ICP. Like I performed with Shaggy Two Dope and Hex and Lardy B. Like that shit was
mm,
crazy. DJ Clay, and just being in the green room and like experiencing that and
mm.
just having that moment, like that was just like next level.
Hell yeah. So how was that show? Tell me more about that. Did you get to meet any of them dudes and chop it up with them or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I met all of them. I met
Okay,
all of
dope.
them. I don't think it's kind of funny because like I don't think Hex remembered me. You know, well I think he kind of did because like I made the post after the show and he liked it, and then
Hmm.
I wrote him again like a few weeks later and he was kind of like, huh, you know, so he kind of just forgot me that fast. But the you know as far as like chopping it up, it wasn't like because they were Shaggy. He was in his van I think most of the time,
Okay.
but like Lardy B, she was a lot more friendly and her hype man, he was really cool too, and Hex was cool.
Mm.
DJ Clay was like really, really cool. And yeah, it was cool. It
Yeah.
was cool. I would have liked to, you know, chop it up with like them more, but I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
didn't want to like, be seem like too fanned out either. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
get
Like
that. I
they
get that.
yeah, they're like chilling and shit. You know what I'm
I get
saying?
that.
So
Yeah, I
I didn't
mean,
want to
those dudes tour a lot, so like they probably meet fucking openers and other people all the time and probably have a hard time
yeah.
remembering every single person and every single face. But
Mhm.
I mean, that's dope though, man. That's dope. How was the
Yeah.
crowd during that show? How are they?
Bro, it was packed. It was packed. Like
Hell yeah.
it was the biggest crowd I performed in front of. And that was in my city too. So like it was lit. It was lit.
Dope.
And some people was like even trying to like come at me like, "Oh, he paid to open," because like I didn't have to pay shit. Like they hit me up to come out there. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna say this. Like, even if someone paid to open, like, who fucking cares, man? Like,
yeah,
it's
it's
not even
part of
that's
the
not even
game.
it's not even a big deal. I mean, you gotta pay for marketing, you gotta pay for promoting. What's the difference? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm really appreciative of that, you know, opportunity too. So Ozzy, if you see this, bro, I appreciate you getting me on there, dog. You real one for that.
hell yeah, hell yeah, man. So I got more questions. I got plenty of questions for you, bro.
Hell yeah.
How'd you get your name, Midnight and Yami? Where'd that come from?
All right, so like I had another rap name first, which I won't say because I don't want people searching it up. Like it's so embarrassing.
Okay, okay,
But
okay.
the once I dropped Cancer, because I think I dropped Cancer under my first um rap name at first, and I was like, and it went big, so I was like, oh, like shit, I need to change my name to a less stupid name because at first I wasn't really taking it serious, and then once I seen it was going up, I'm like, okay, I need to start like thinking of a name that I'm not ashamed of and shit. So I just was thinking, man, I'm like, fuck, you know, what's something different that's just not out there? So every name that I was thinking of, I was searching it on Google and YouTube to make sure no one else had it. And I just like fuck it, I'm gonna just do it kind of like a rock band style. Like a lot of rock bands have their name all in one word, and
Mhm.
just you know, I was like, I'm gonna just go with that route. I feel like that's the safest, most unique route I could do. So I just thought of something that fit me, man. Like I'm a real, you know, I'm a darker person in a lot of ways. Like I stay up late at night. I fucking got insomnia. Like so like
Mhm.
I kind of got the midnight just to kind of like represent like, you know, just dark. And that's really what my name means. Like MidnightInYami means midnight in darkness. So it's like
Mm.
midnight in, and then the Yami is translation is darkness.
What
So it's
is
just
what is Yami? What is it? The Greek? Is it Hebrew? Is it?
Japanese. And
Oh,
Japanese
okay.
Yami stands for darkness.
Dope.
So yeah, so basically that's what my name actually means, midnight in darkness. So
Okay.
and I just went with that, and you know, it was unique, something different, and I felt like it fit me in a lot of ways. And I just ran with that ever since.
Okay. Dope. Dope. So I
And
got.
it was so hard for people to remember and like say, like people ain't just like, yo, midnight and young. Like people just cut it in half and it was just called me Yami. And that's just
Yeah.
kind of where that came. Yeah.
Is Yami? Do you prefer the whole name to be said, or is Yami cool?
I mean, if I'm doing like a show and they like announce me, you could say Midnight and Yami. But like just in regular casual conversation, like I damn near forget my real name at this point. Like everybody calls me Yami. You know what I'm
Word.
saying?
Word. Okay. So the etymology for Yami, I don't know if that's the right word. The root word is Japanese. And you got my is it My Hero Academia shirt on right now? Is that what that is?
Hell yeah, it is.
All right. So
Yeah.
are you a big anime fan, a big Japanese culture fan?
I'm not gonna cap. like and say that I'm like super into like mad different animes,
Mm-hmm.
but I am an anime fan. Like I'm really into like Demon Slayer, obviously Dragon Ball Z,
Mm-hmm.
Naruto, Last Air. Like there's a lot that I love that I just grew up
Mm-hmm.
watching, but I
Okay.
wouldn't say I'm like to the point where I'm fucking watching like 100 different animes and shit. Like there's like a good eight that I just really fuck with
Okay.
that
I respect that. I had to ask because like I said, I talk about media and pop culture a lot on this show, so I like bringing up
yeah.
movies and shit. Um, so you grew up. How old are you? Do you mind if I ask that?
Yeah, man, you can't. That's disrespectful accent age, bro. I understand, man.
Some people get weird
Nah,
about
bro.
it. You don't have to tell me, but you grew up on like Toonami and shit. I'm guessing then.
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely
Okay. Cool.
Tsunami back in like when fucking Dragon Ball Z was coming on at 5 o'clock every day and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That was my shit. That's my shit. That and the fucking the animes and cartoons that they had on Adult Swim was my shit as well back in the day, like Trigun and shit. That was dope. I don't know if you fucked with that
hell
at
yeah.
all, but yeah. But all right, all right. If you had to pick one anime that you could only watch one for the rest of your life.
One anime, I'd probably pick. Damn, that's hard, bro. But I'd have to say Dragon Ball Z because I
Word,
feel
word.
like no matter what, like you can like even starting over because I did start over like I
Mm-hmm.
think like a year or two ago, and there's so much shit that you just don't remember. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
So like
oh
I
yeah.
was like, fuck, man, that happened? Like I don't remember this. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like yeah, like every fucking 5 years I'll just restart that shit and
Yeah.
just yeah.
Well,
And that's all the Dragon Balls, and not just Dragon Ball Z, like
yeah.
Super, all of that shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay. So now I got some a slew of Dragon Ball Z related questions for you, or just Dragon Ball period. But do you prefer? I'm assuming Dragon Ball Z compared to Super and just Dragon Ball, or do you prefer Super to
Dragon Ball
Z?
Z is my baby. Like I feel like that's really what like when I was tuned in like every fucking day, like that's what I like grew up on for real.
Okay, okay.
Dragon Ball Z over everything. But the newer shit is dope, but it don't got a place in my heart like Z does.
Yeah, Super is a lot of cool shit going on in it, but it just doesn't. I don't think it hits as hard either.
No, and they be doing too much sometimes. Like I feel
Yeah,
like they be trying too hard. They be try hard with it.
yeah. Well, I
Like
mean,
Dragon Ball Z, yeah.
I was gonna say they had to fucking go into fucking multi universes and shit like that. They're
Yeah,
doing crazy shit, man. But
doing
but
all
go.
these OD ass tournaments and shit. Like
Yeah, man, that's just wild. But I feel you. Dragon Ball Z's got that's the best shit. Okay, so what was your favorite arc?
uh probably damn, that's a hard one, bro. I got so many, man. I'd probably say I'd probably have to say, damn. Probably have to say between man, they're just epic ass moments, man. That's a hard question, bro. But I'd probably have to say it's like a three-way tie, dog, between the Cell saga, the Majin saga. It's probably a tie between those for me.
Okay.
Probably yeah.
I mean, both of
Cell
those
and Majin.
both those had crazy shit in it that was like
Yeah,
wild. Like for me, I think the Frieza saga is always gonna be goaded just because it was that concept when I was a kid of him like he's gonna fucking destroy the world. That blew my
yeah,
mind. You know
yeah.
what I
Well,
mean?
that
And
was my third one. That was my third one.
okay,
That's
okay,
actually where I'm at right now. I'm in the Frieza saga right now, actually.
okay, okay. So, but I think my personal favorite one's the Majin Buu saga, just because the Buu was
Yeah,
insane. He was a fucking psychopath. Like when he was standing up
bro.
on fucking Kami's lookout and he fucking put his hand up and
Yes,
shot all his fucking blasts out, and murdered the whole planet.
yes.
That shit was
Gangster.
cold, dude. That was cold.
And bro, like when Vegeta sacrificed himself, bro,
Mhm.
like when I tell you I cried like a motherfucker, dog, like
Yeah,
that's when he became my favorite, bro. Like he's my favorite Dragon Ball Z character, like of all
yeah,
time. You know?
for sure. Yeah, Vegeta's dope. I love Vegeta. All right. Fuck, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I got a question for you, and this is probably what are we at? We're getting close to how long we been on here already?
I
What
don't even
time?
know, man, but the vibes is good, so I ain't in a rush.
Okay, so I do got a few more questions then. Since we're on the topic of media, I always got to ask what your favorite movies are. I love asking about movies.
Favorite movies?
Yeah, talk about favorite movies for a second.
It's hard to pinpoint. Like, I'll tell you what types though. Like, I'm really big into Marvel movies. Like, I seen fucking Deadpool and Wolverine fucking first night it came out. I made sure I
Hmm.
did. I'm like, ain't about to get no spoilers for me. Like, fuck that shit.
How'd you feel
But
about Deadpool and Wolverine?
honestly, it was. I feel like it was a fan movie. It was made
Mhm.
for the fans. Like, as far as it, like, I feel like they could have made it more deep. Like, it had more substance in it,
Mhm.
and they could have went that route to make it more epic, but like immediately within the first like 20 minutes I realized it was just fun. They were just having fun, giving
Yeah.
the fans what they wanted, and that's still awesome. So it was a good time. I fucked
Mhm.
with it, but I was kind of hoping they did have more substance. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of
Mhm.
people was like in the first Deadpool movie, they was like, "Oh, I feel like it's too romantic or too love." But I like that shit. I
Yeah.
love the the angle that they had with him and his shorty. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
shit was
Yeah.
like I love that shit. So I was kind of hoping like they showed maybe a little bit more of her, maybe a little bit more of like Wolverine's, daughter and him interact more like because I was really looking forward to that. So when I
Yeah.
saw her in the preview, and I felt like they, I know it was a different Wolverine. It wasn't her Wolverine, so I guess they couldn't really like give more of that. But
Mhm.
like I cried when that nigga died in that movie in Logan. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
felt like,
Yeah.
damn, so I thought like there was gonna be some just I don't know, but it was a good ass movie regardless. Like it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. I liked it. See, I'm big into like, I look into like studios and directors and like, behind the scenes type shit because I love film. I write my own screenplays. I went to acting school, et
Damn,
cetera,
hell
et
yeah.
cetera. I never published anything. Nothing's been made, but I write it for fun. But, but so I nerd out on that shit. I just loved all the little like jabs at Disney and at Fox and
Yeah,
like that kind of shit. They did a lot of like low key like subconscious like jabs at those at all
oh
that
yeah,
shit and like
bro, they was dissing the whole movie.
yeah, and then including the Channing Tatum fucking Gambit was, sorry for spoilers to people who haven't seen it,
Yeah.
but including him into the movie I thought was genius because I don't know if you know, but they did a teaser. Remember how Deadpool got made because that teaser leaked, right? The test footage leaked. So it tested
Hmm.
it did so well publicly that they decided to greenlight the movie. Well, Channing Tatum did the same thing with the Gambit movie, and he leaked that, but they never got a green light to make it, so it just got shelved
Uh,
forever. So they brought it in as a joke. So almost every line that he had as his character was like a subliminal, like joke on the test footage shit
hmm.
failing. So that shit was hilarious to me, man. But okay, so do you have a favorite Marvel movie then?
Favorite Marvel movie is definitely. I mean, it took all the movies to make that movie that special, but Endgame definitely like hit me in the feels to the point where like if I feel like if a movie makes me feel something, like I fuck with it heavier. You know what I'm saying? And
I
I'm pretty sure Endgame's the one where Black Widow died, or was it the one before that?
fucking
Infinity.
I'm giving you a cheers to that because I'm always saying the movies need to make you feel something, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. And like it gave me the feel. I cried in it. I was excited in it. Like it gave me all the feels, and I was like, yes, like that's probably my favorite one. But I also have to give a hat tilt to fucking Winter Soldier, bro. Like I feel like at all the movies, like that was like it just felt it had a different vibe to it. It's like had a raw vibe to it. Like even the fight scenes and everything. I was like, man, this shit crazy.
It's such a fucking good film, dude. It's
Yeah,
probably one of the best Marvel movies for sure. For
I
sure.
agree.
Um okay. So aside from Marvel, what are some of your other favorite types of movies or movies that come
Um,
to mind?
I don't watch him now at all, but for
Mhm.
some reason, bro, I think it's just like it's really from Darling. Like Darling it was obsessed with like Harry Potter and Twilight and shit.
Okay.
More so Twilight. So like she put me on, and like I was okay, it was all right. And then by the second one, I was starting to slowly realizing myself getting invested in these characters and relationships and shit. And before I know it, I was a full blown fucking twy guy and shit. So, and they corny as hell now. Like I can't really enjoy them today, but
Mhm.
like just in that time frame, I found she like got me in that storyline, and I was wrapped in that shit.
I
I
get
probably
that.
watched each of those motherfuckers at least like 10 times. I ain't even
I get
gonna cap.
that. Hey, those. Hey, I've talked about this on the podcast before, but melodramas. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is, but they make you fucking like those characters. They make you love those characters
bro.
and feel for them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I
like
don't know what it is, dog.
they do it and they do it well. It's addictive. Just like Lost. Lost is another one of those shows where it's like a
Yeah, I fuck
melodrama,
with
but
that.
you start to care about the characters so much that when they die off, you're like, fuck, god damn it, like it hits you
Bro,
hard.
bro, you
So
ever seen the show Vikings?
no, I haven't seen it yet.
You have to see Vikings, bro. Like that's one of those shows like they get you so invested in those characters, and then when they do die, man, it hits. I went through a depression over that show, bro, because like
Mm.
that show was like my life at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like every single day, I binge watched all those seasons to the point where
Okay.
like I lived, breathed, and ate Vikings, dog. And then like when my people started dying, bro, I felt like I was losing homies in real life, bro. That shit was crazy.
Fuck. Yeah, my mom watched that show and she said the same thing. So, if
Yeah, that shit was sick.
if more than one person's telling me to do it, I think I gotta do it. But all right, all right. So, okay, we don't need to talk about movies if there's nothing else on the plate. But I do want to ask because you did mention earlier that you were before you started writing music that you were also kind of dabbling in comics or the idea of comics.
Yeah, I was definitely trying to write some like comic books and shit. And like my sister still tells me to this day, like I made some like paper ones and like some stuff
Mhm.
on like an old laptop. And my sister's like, yo, this is really good. Like this could like blow up. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like everybody's family and friends say that shit. So I didn't take it too seriously. But yeah, I was definitely like in that. Then I started like researching like how to go about it and like how to write scripts and like, and I just started getting lost in it to the point where I started like losing hope. Like, damn, I probably can't do this shit. So if anything, I'll just try to blow up on music first, and then I'll fucking do that shit.
Okay, well, if you ever write a comic, I'm definitely gonna buy it because I like comics, and specifically I like buying comics that have a bit of meaning, whether it's from a person I know or whatever. Like there's this dude Chuckles in the
Hell yeah.
horrorcore scene. He's got comics of his persona and shit like that, and that shit's dope.
That's good.
And I did an interview with this other dude, Deddy Casket. He's got a comic book coming out too. I'm gonna cop that shit as soon as he drops that shit. But
I might have to do that shit.
do it,
Because
man.
honestly, like, just base that shit around, like, you know what I'm saying? My music persona and fucking Darling and just all of, like, some of the street shit kind of make it, like, more animated.
Yeah, that would be dope, dude. That'd be dope. I'd
Yeah.
fuck with that for sure. I'd be on that waiting list fucking for that shit. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause yeah, I'm a big comic book kid. So did you read comics also before you got into the Marvel movies?
That's
Or
the thing. I didn't read much comics, but, like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like making a comic would be easier than writing a book. You know what I'm saying?
oh, for sure.
So,
Yeah.
like, that was kind of like my cop out. Instead of writing a whole book or a whole script, I was like, fuck it, I'll probably be better at, because I got the ideas in my head like of what I want to do,
Mhm.
but I'm not a great writer and stuff like that. So I was like, well, maybe I could just make it a comic book format and run with that.
Okay. Okay. Respect. I just gotta ask. I worked in a comic shop for a minute, and I used to be a comic book collector, and I got like my manga collection and shit like that too. So like, I'm a nerd when it comes to that kind of shit, man. I like art. Art's my thing. When it's music, film,
Mhm.
fucking comics. I love that shit. Like that's my lifeblood. That's what keeps me going. But all right, I got three last questions for you, and we're gonna wrap it up.
All
And
right.
this last question, or this is the last like Midnight and Yami related question. And I gotta ask, and it's gonna sound like I'm clowning on you, but I promise you I'm
Yeah.
not. It's just funny,
Okay.
and I gotta ask what was going on in your head when you
Yeah.
wrote this.
Yeah. No, of course.
My homie Ronnie, Ill Temper, you did a song with him and King Gordy for Even Heathens, and it
The
was
orgy
the
shit, man.
mass
Orgy.
orgy
Yeah.
shit, and you're queefing into the mic and shit. What were you
All right.
thinking when you wrote that, bro?
All right. Hold on. Okay, so the queef, my queef shit. that I've been doing that shit, bro. Like, and it's funny because like another feature I did like a part where I queefed in the mic and shit.
Mm.
And he actually took it offensive. He's like, bro, like you just taking my feature as a joke, bro. Like, like what are you doing here, bro? And I had to literally send him like 3 other songs where I'd done the queef. I'm like, bro, that's just what I do. Like I ain't trying to clown you or like, whatever. You want me to take it out, I'll redo it. Cool. But like I do that shit like regularly, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And but honestly, the song was just so fun to me. And I felt
Yeah.
like I could just have fun on it. And I love features like that where I could feel like, okay, I got creative freedom and man, and I was just hearing the beat. It was all groovy and fun and shit. And that's just what I was feeling, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, like Darlin was in the studio and shit. So like it just started flowing out and it
Okay.
just was like it was funny, but it was fun, but like I liked it though. I fuck with that song heavy. Like, honestly, like that's just one of those features like I kind of would like to do again and
Mm.
like come a little bit more harder on it.
Mm.
But I did like that song.
Yeah, it's a
Even with
dope.
my
That's it's a fire ass song, and your verse on it was funny as fuck, man.
yeah.
So I'm in a group with Ill Temper also. We call it Comfortably Scum. Me, my other homie Diastro, and Ill Temper. So we got a group
Yeah.
chat, and every time Ronnie makes a new song, he always gives us a sneak preview, and he showed that to us. He was like, "Dude, check out this shit that Midnight and Yami just wrote for this fucking shit." We were busting up laughing at that shit, dude. That shit's so fucking funny, man. I
Oh,
was like,
man.
"What the fuck?"
That's
uh,
crazy.
yeah, it's just dope. But okay. All right, so we're at the end of the end of the episode, and I got to ask these are the two questions that I ask at the end of every single episode that I do with everybody.
All right.
First of all, this one the first one's lighthearted. The second one's a little more deep, a little more personal. But shout outs. You got any shout outs?
Yeah. So I'm gonna shout out my son, Bunky Bunk. I'm gonna show him this later whenever y'all drop. Like, is this live or like do
No, no,
you like
I
make
I
it?
I pre-record it and then I'll put it into the shit and then I'll drop it later at a specific date. Me and Bando gotta
Gotcha,
figure all
gotcha.
that out, but
Okay. Yeah, just shout out my baby boy, man. I'm proud of him for getting on stage with me and dancing with me. That was awesome. Shout out Darlin, you know what I'm saying? She's literally the best girlfriend on the fucking planet. And definitely shout out to, you guys for having me on here and being cool. Like I feel like this is the most comfortable interview I probably ever had, honestly.
that's how we roll, man.
And
It's just two people talking.
yeah, man, and it feels genuine. Like it didn't feel like no secret agenda or no choosing sides. Don't get me wrong, the Thuggalo show was dope. I fucked with all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get any weird vibes there, but like other interviews I have done in the scene, man, just felt like they already didn't like me when they got me on there. But yeah, man, shout out to my girl, shout out to my son, shout out to everybody who fucks with me and don't be on no weird shit. And even shout out to the haters, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Y'all know who y'all are. Like, I don't I don't got no problem with y'all. We good. You know what I'm saying? Keep making your moves, keep having healthy relationships and shit like that. I see all that shit. I'm rooting for y'all. Um, all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who fuck with me. You know what I mean?
Hell
So
yeah. Hell yeah. So this is the last question. I ask everybody this because I like to, kind of pick at your soul a little bit. But do you have any advice? And this is a two-part question. You could choose to answer both, or you could choose just to answer one, whichever comes, guttural, whatever's guttural, whatever comes to, from your heart. Do you have any advice for artists out there that are just getting started, or maybe they might need to hear something good, or just general life advice that means a lot to you?
yeah, as far as artists go, man, I feel like just be yourself with the music shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being yourself can be doing fucking 5 different genres, whatever it is. But like, if you're being you and you're not trying too hard to be something you're not, man, it just comes off more accepting to people, man. They fuck with it more because they feel it more. And promote yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't just fucking drop fucking 20 fucking albums and think just because you got 20 albums done, like it's gonna do something. Fucking drop like an EP, 3, 4 songs, do a video for at least 1 or 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Videos are the fucking difference maker. If I didn't drop music videos, like I wouldn't have no clout. Trust me. Like music videos is difference maker. You know what I'm saying? Like you could drop a whole album link right now, and thousands of people will skip right over that shit, and you might have your homies not even listen to it, but just heart it just because you shared your little link or whatever. You drop a video clip with your, video link in there, people more than half the people on your page is gonna tune into that because it's just everything's visual now. So that would definitely be my biggest advice, man. Just make music that's you, that is easy to be you on the track because we can hear that shit, we can notice that shit, and definitely promote yourself better, man. Visuals is key. And as far as life advice, man, uh, the people that you invest your energy to, man, like really do make or break you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put your energy to the wrong relationship, the wrong person, and you know it's wrong, and you just holding on because you think you love somebody, man, that could put you in some fucked up shit. That can fuck with your mental health. That can fuck with your opportunities in life, work, everything. Your friends, everything. So like, just be mindful of who you're putting your energy into and like who you're letting be in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because those, all of that shit matters with personal growth. So that would just be my advice for that. And for all my fellow addicts out there, man, you know what I'm saying? There's really no advice that I could give that y'all haven't heard already, but just, keep on trying to find something to fight and live for. You know what I'm saying? Shit can get better.
Word, word, man. Well, Yami, thank you very much for sitting down with me for this hour and having this conversation. It's been a fucking pleasure to get to know you.
Hell yeah, dude. That's been fun, man. I appreciate you having me on, dog. I'm sorry it took me so long, man. Like there's been a time where like after that spread the dead bullshit happened, you know what I'm saying? Like I just kind of like fuck interviews, and it wasn't really like nothing personal because I know me and you was trying to lock in for a minute,
Mm.
but it just like I was like I just didn't want to risk some shit like that happening again.
Yeah, some shit
But I was,
puts a bad taste in your mouth. I get it. You know,
yeah, but like it's
we're
been
doing
long
something
enough,
different here
man.
though. So
Yeah, yeah. I watched your videos, dog, and I'm like, yeah, I fuck with his energy, and I appreciate you having me, bro.
yeah, of course, anytime, man. Let's get you on again in the future.
Yeah, if y'all could lock that in with old girl, man, and y'all want us to hash it out, I'm from this side. I don't got no beef. I ain't talking about you. I ain't posting shit. Like I got no problem. I could see you right now and be like, "Hey, what's up, yo?" And give you a hug.
Yep.
I don't care.
Well,
So
I'm gonna get her on the show as a separate entity, and I'm gonna try to have that conversation with her and see if she'll do it. Unless I'm gonna lock it in. If we
yeah,
can, I want to be the mediator to fucking squash that shit because I might not actively rep Juggalo, but I want it to be nothing but love in the scene. You know what I mean?
I think it'll be big for the scene, bro, for
I
people to
think it
see
will be
that
too.
shit.
I agree. I
So
agree.
I'm
And
with
if
it, man. Yeah,
all right, hell
and
yeah, man.
also after I got some new shit dropping too, man.
Oh
Like
yeah, let's plug some of your new shit before we leave.
I'm still working on it, still getting mastered and shit like that. But
Okay.
like when I do start to finalize that, man, and go to the gathering and everything, I wouldn't mind hopping back on you and just telling you the experience and telling you everything that went down and like
Yeah.
playing some tracks and shit too. I feel like that'll be dope. So
Yeah, let's do that. I'm down.
all right, brother. Well,
All right. All right.
hell yeah, dog.
You have a good night, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Good night, dog.
All right, peace, brother.